So what is going on, guys? I am BlackOpsAmazing. Welcome back to another Black Ops 3 Zombies video, and today we are going to analyse and break down the brand new, I was about to say Garrett Crovey, but Revelations gameplay trailer. Now, I've had a quick look through this already myself, and honestly, there's not really too many secret or hidden things that you need to know about. It's the basics that I'm going to break down, explain for you guys, so as always, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you want to check out the trailer in full for yourself, well, here we go, and let's get straight into it. Enjoy. So let's go. The day of reckoning is here. We come straight in, we zoom into the map through the summoning key, and what we are looking at first off is the starting area. How do we know? Well, we have quick revive down the bottom left hand corner, which is always where quick revive is going to spawn in the starting area, and you can see it's located near the house. Now, clearly things have messed up since the Shadow Man used the summoning key to open up a portal to allow the Apothicons into our perfect universe. They then decided to trash everything, and you are seeing a result of that right here on Revelations. But you will notice as we go through the trailer, it's not only Revelations that is being affected. We then come on to the next scene, and we see we have our 4 premise statues. Now, looking around the room, it reminds me very much of Der Eisendrache. I don't know if this is just me. I mean, I've never seen these statues on Der Eisendrache, so this is another part on Der Eisendrache, one that we are yet to see. We know they're bringing back older maps, and in doing that, they could also give us new areas to, for example, Der Eisendrache that we have never been before. They could use this as an advantage to give us hidden secret areas of maps that we have never seen. But as we've seen before, we have our premise statues. Now we come to our next scene, and on the wall it says knowledge itself is for the taking. If I remember correctly, the last time we saw these words on a wall was in Kino der Toten. We saw it within the theatre area, I believe, or it may have been outside, I can't quite remember, but I remember seeing these words on Kino der Toten. Now, personally, this background to me doesn't look like Kino. It could be, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Origins, but honestly, I'm not really sure. We can see in the background there, we have Juggernog. We come on to our next scene, we see Der Eisendrache. It's been destroyed by the Apothicons. We have cracks all over in the wall. We move on to our next scene, and this looks like a new part of Revelations itself. We see that giant big beam or that orb in the background that seems to shoot a laser of some type of energy into the air. Now, right now it seems to be red, but as we'll see at different points throughout the trailer, it also turns blue. So maybe that is its cooling down feature. Maybe you can transform it from bad to evil, or clearly this thing does something. It changes colors. Again, we know nothing about Revelations as of yet, so it'd be pretty much impossible to tell you guys exactly what this is. But what you do see is later on in the gameplay trailer, we have these red lightning bolts coming from the sky. These could be a result of that beam we saw earlier in the trailer. Somehow we charge it up, and then it fires these big beams down from the sky. Is it a trap? Is it something as a big part to our main Easter egg? Once again, we don't know. Move on, we see a little bit of Origins. You can see this is a trashed version. Once again, the Apothicons, just like they have done with all of our other maps, have taken over and started to destroy things. We then see our characters running through the map, and you will notice throughout this trailer, we'll actually see this happen quite a few times, which is strange. It doesn't really give us anything new. It's just weirdly our characters running through the map. Now we come here on the right, we have the Gobblegum machine, but coming out of the window, we have our zombies. Now we have a Shadows of Evil zombie, but what you will notice on the right, there is a zombie that looks different to what we are used to. In fact, it has smoke coming from up its body. And this reminds me, and as we know, a map returning is Shangri-La. And what did we get in that map? Napalm zombies. This looks very similar to one of the Napalm zombies that we got in Shangri-La. So I think this pretty much tells us that they will be coming back. We can also see the smoke, which we know they should set on fire and can be very annoying to kill. But it would make sense to bring that Napalm zombie since we have Shangri-La returning. We then see our very own Mob of the Dead, but the thing is, we now have our Origins characters in this map, which is freaking awesome. Now, we've known all this time Richtofen has had the blood vials. We've needed an explanation for this, and well, I think this is going to be the time that the blood vials are finally going to be explained. We clearly see our characters are here. We know Richtofen should have been here before, so hopefully we can get a good explanation for this. We move on and we see our zombies. Now, to me, I don't know about you guys, but it looks like the zombie on the left and one on the right have red eyes, and then as we move on, these other zombies look like they have yellow eyes. I don't know if that's just me, I don't know if it's the different angles. Some strange things are definitely going on. You should also note, once again, this is an Origins. We then come over to this scene, and what you need to take note of is the fact that there is no Pack-a-Punch machine on this scene. Notice that we have the church on the left, we have that big orb in the background, and we have a gobblegum machine down the bottom left, but nothing else too significant. We have a truck with some crates on the back. Just remember that, we'll come back to this scene later on. We move on, once again we see this big giant orb spinning around, and we move on to the next scene and we see some zombies blow up. So whether that has a relevance to what we just saw, I don't know, but we see here our characters coming down the stairs on the map Shangri-La. We come over to our next scene. Now I can't specifically tell you what map this is, but to me, looking from the background of it, looking from the green essence, the green glow on this map, it reminds me very much of Zetsubou no Shima. Why they would bring back maps that we've just had unless it has a massive part to the storyline, to me is a little bit weird, but nevertheless you can let me know what you think this map is. Personally, I think it may be Zet. We move on, we get a good shot here of Shangri-La, so clearly we're able to come back to this map. We are here to do something. We have a wallby in the background there. Also notice the different zombie types, so we have Shadows of Evil. We then come over to a different map, which to me looks like Mob of the Dead. And as we zoom out, we see our characters walking through the corridor. Obviously we have the Speed Cola machine there, so far 3 perk machines confirmed, which is Quick Revive, Speed Cola and Juggernaut. We then move over, and on the wall we have what looks to be the writing that we see on the walls of Varuk. So another zombies map that will be returning. Personally one of my favourites as well, so I'm very excited to see how this is going to work. We get another shot of Mob of the Dead. We get a great one of our characters running through the corridors. I can't wait to actually freaking play this. We move over here, on the wall we have the RK5, so clearly this is the starting room. We have a Shadows of Evil van or truck there. We have another zombie. Again, it looks like this one has yellow eyes, so notice we have the red-eyed zombies and the yellow eyes, unless it's me being just blind. We have 2 different colour types here. We get the little Arnie returning from Shadows of Evil, just this time it is our Origins characters using it. And again, you can see the RK5, so clearly this is the starting room. And if our character just turned to the left, then we should see the house and Quick Revive that we saw at the start of the trailer. So we come over, we have the electric trap, we have more zombies in Mob of the Dead. We then progress, and to me this hallway looks like the one from Der Eisendrache, but what's more interesting for me is the fact that we see or should I say, the Kino der Toten. Yes, this is freaking Kino, and what's awesome, or should I say interesting, is in the background you can see a cardboard cutout of our 4 premise characters, and they are holding the staffs. Now, so far throughout the trailer, I haven't seen the staffs available in-game. However, we do see a wonder weapon that you will get to see in just a second, but that's going to be interesting and something I want to talk about more within the future if it does become more relevant. But yeah, we have a cardboard cutout in the background there. We have our characters. We come over and we see Kino der Toten, and a lot has changed. It's overgrown, and honestly, I bet a lot of people wouldn't tell if they saw this at first glance that this was Kino. But what do we see here? The APOTHICON servant. Obviously in the background there, we get another look of our cardboard cutout of our characters and the staffs, but we see the APOTHICON servant. And Jason Blundell told us in an interview, the APOTHICON servant can be upgraded or will be able to be upgraded, but not in Shadows of Evil, and this is what he was hinting towards. He was telling us that it will be coming back, but in Revelations, and this time we will be able to upgrade it. So that's awesome, but honestly I wanted a new wonder weapon. Hopefully this isn't the only wonder weapon we get to use. So far this is the only one we've seen. I'm hoping that we are going to get a mixture, so maybe the bows, the staffs, the blundergat, just ones from different maps. But however, as you can see, we have the APOTHICON servant coming back, and just note that this is not the upgraded version. So then we come over a little bit more and we see this brand new zombie type, or this freaking creepy looking boss. It seems to crawl up out of the cracks in the ground, out of the fires of hell, if that's what you want to call it, and this freaking APOTHICON type creature that we have not seen before looks, oh my, I don't know what to do. Everyone just run. So we have a new type of enemy. We also see here, this looks like a corrupted keeper, just from the color scheme, the black, the dark red, usually signifies a corrupted keeper. We then come over and we see one of our Margwars, but what's different is the fact that it is glowing up blue. To me, for some reason, it looks a little bit bigger. Maybe it's not. I mean, in the Shadows of Evil trailer, they looked a lot bigger than they actually are in game. But you will notice this one has a blue glow to it, so obviously something is different. What that is though, we don't really get to see within the trailer. You also notice as the camera zooms past, our characters still have the blood vials, so they have not used them just yet for whatever reason. As we progress on a little bit further, we have the rocket shield, we have the pyramid in the middle. You will notice Der Eisendrache is really ruined. The APOTHICON seems to have destroyed this map. And then as we have Richtofen running, we have a table on the left there, but he is running with, and if I'm correct in saying they were called the Ragnaroks, I can't specifically remember, but the special weapons that we got on Der Eisendrache. And as Richtofen runs on the left there, to me, that looks new. I haven't played Der Eisendrache in a while, but if I'm correct in saying, we've never seen that on the left in Der Eisendrache before. So to me, that looks new. What you think it could be, let me know in the comment section below. But as we have Richtofen running down through the map, places the Ragnarok down, they kill the zombies. Then as we come towards the end of the trailer, honestly, not much else interesting happens. We have this zombie, or this evil APOTHICON looking thing, once again coming out of the ground. It crawls up. It looks like it has multiple different legs and arms, so about 6 different arms, which is freaking crazy. But as soon as it comes up, our characters seem to shoot it. It explodes, and that pretty much is the end. We don't really see anything else new. Obviously, we have the orb in the background again. We have Takeo shooting the death machine. We get this shot, which is awesome, and that's pretty much it. But remember, I told you guys earlier to remember a scene. We come here, we see we have the church on the left, the orb looking thing in the background. This time it is blue, but it's the same area. But you will notice there is the Pack-a-Punch machine. If we go back to this very same scene, you can see we have the orb thing in the background, the church on the left, we have the Gobblegun machine. It's the exact same area, but we don't have the Pack-a-Punch. It's supposed to be located on the back of this truck, but it isn't. And we come over to this scene, and the Pack-a-Punch is here. This could be indicating 2 things. We have to build the Pack-a-Punch, which I hope isn't the case, or it moves location. Or maybe we have to do something to get it to appear here. But clearly it doesn't stay in the same position throughout the whole game. You can see it in one scene, yet we can't see it in another, which is very interesting. So there we go, that is the breakdown of the Revelations trailer. Honestly, that really isn't too much new. Everything else we've pretty much seen before, or things that we kind of thought would be in the game. We have the APOTHICON servants, which Jason Bloodell hinted towards. We have our older maps returning. We have the Pack-a-Punch, which we now know it seems to change location, or we have to do something with it, or at least it's not in the same location throughout the whole game. But there you go, guys. Let me know in the comment section below if there's anything I missed that you think I should have added in. Let me know what other videos you would like to see as well. Make sure you are subscribed for more zombies videos. Leave a like rating, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.